Ooh. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Thanks for joining and watching the channel. Welcome back to another video. This is where I walk home from work while it's cold as ass. It's about -5 up here in the Toronto area. Really quick topic today. I won't make it a 10-minute video. This will be a short one. What I want to talk about are two things. I want to ask you a question about what you think of this topic. I'm going to title it with something a little clicky, a little topic driven. I want to see if it's going to change the algorithm. Channel's been doing well. A lot of my friends have joined, but I'm going to try to make this video as an ask the community thing. DACs and monoblocks. I want to know if people out there have an opinion on either one of these things and what difference in sound they actually make. And I say actually because there's a lot of folklore about them, but what do they actually sound like? So I'm going to start with DACs. As we know in the audio community, as well as the studio and production community probably, AKM, a DAC manufacturer in Japan, had a fire a couple of years ago which changed the dynamic of the supply chain. Many products and brands had to change their product line in order to accommodate new types of chips. The chips that a lot of people went to were ESS Saber DAC. There's a 39 or a 9038 is one of the newest ones. The 36 is a previous one. A lot of brands also went to Texas Instruments chips, which are also reliable and good. It made a difference. It made a change in the way that people anticipated their supply chain. Brands like Shelly Labs had to change their DAC setup, or had an inkling towards changing their setup because they had a number of chips already. So they have a new DAC coming out called the DACs, which I did an interview with them at Capital Audio Fest. The DACs is going to have the same AKM 4499 chip that a lot of flagship products have. Topping has I think it's AKM something Velvet series is the name of the AKM product. I'm stuttering through all of this because I'm thinking very fast and I'm not really sure what to say. And I don't script my videos, so that's why my videos don't sound like I know everything I'm talking about. Because you know what the truth is? Most of us don't know what we're talking about. A lot of these video guys, and they get on there and they start talking, it's because they've practiced speaking about it for a week. I don't do that. I just turn it on my way home and I'm talking. I want your opinion about DACs. Now that the DAC manufacturing landscape has shifted and changed, has anybody out there noticed a sound difference in their DAC quality? New products versus older products, now that these Mark II and Series 2 and even the Michi lineup in Rotel has an S2 now, and that is because they started using Texas Instrument chips instead of AKM chips. Well, those products had to be changed because AKM didn't have anything to produce, and Rotel obviously wanted to continue manufacturing their Michi lineup. So you get what we have now is an S2 version of their integrated and preamps. It happens. Some companies get lucky, other companies have to adapt. So DAC quality, do they make a difference? Do they sound different? If they make any kind of a difference, is it the way they're structured, like the implementation, the topology? Is it because they have a good power supply? All of these things are significant, yes, but I want to ask the community what you think, what your opinion or your knowledge is on such a thing, and how and why do DACs sound different, or do they? It's a very tricky, interesting topic. Speaking of differences, monoblock amplifiers versus stereo amplifiers. I have had the opportunity to purchase separates for the first time in my audio life, as opposed to an AVR or an integrated system. And I ended up with Rotel as a preamp and a Rotel power amp. The power amp is 5 channels. I am currently bi-amplifying from one 5-channel amp. I know I know. So here's why I'm asking the question about monoblocks. If I'm bi-amping, and many people will say bi-amping doesn't make a difference in the sound, when does bi-amping make a difference? And I'm going to answer it for you and say active crossovers in studio monitors and external power supplied or external active crossovers like the Magico M9 and a bunch of other examples where the crossovers are active and they come before the power amp. Bi-amplified means the amplifiers for the tweeter and the woofer mid-range are seeing different crossed over frequencies before they're amplified. So the drivers and the crossover components don't have to sort through it. They're not filtering everything out. The activity is before the amplifier. So if you're amplifying bi-amplifying like I am, the passive crossover is turning a lot of that amplified signal into heat or denying its access. So the thing about active crossovers are before the amplifier. Passive crossovers are after the amplifier. So let's go back. Mono amplifiers. Monoblock amplifiers have been known to give you better stereo separation, stereo imaging, better power supply draw for each of the channels. So if you're in one stereo amp, the left channel gets busy, the right channel has a power draw because they're sharing a power supply. Is that significant enough for you to want mono amplifiers? Is dual mono amplifier or monoblock style in one chassis good enough? Do you need two chassis? I have been told that I don't need two chassis. Just spending extra money on a chassis, extra components, it doesn't make a significant enough difference. But what is significant? My question to them is, what's the threshold? How do you evaluate differences? And when is it good enough and when is it not good enough? Like, when do I consider buying monos and when do I just buy a stereo and call it a day? So I'm in a position now where I want to change that system. I'm thinking about going to monoblocks. There's a sale on PS Audio's M700s. I have always enjoyed what Orchard Audio is doing with the Star Crimson Ultra. There is also the Buckeye amplifiers with GaNFET Purify modules, or Purify modules. I'm not sure if they're GaNFET. Anyways, I might have mixed those two brands together. I'm not sure. Monoblock amps, Class D because I don't want the heat. I know Class A is the best because it's a stove. Class AB is efficient enough, but it creates heat in a room. I don't really want the heat. I don't want inefficient. I want efficient stuff. So I want an amplifier that provides the great sound that I want without the sacrifice of something like weight, inefficient power supply, and heat in my room. So I leave it to you. It's almost 8-9 minutes. What do you think about the sound quality and differences in DACs? How important is that before or at, in the signal chain? And monoblocks, what do you think about monoblock power, the sound differences, the quality? When would you consider such a thing? Let me know, comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching these channels. See ya.